Welcome back, everyone.
Aye.
Hello.
Whoa.
Last time on Beginning of the End, Aurkrys continued investigating the mysterious intruder, double agent, assassin, as yet unclear.
Ooh.
But the person he had a near miss with at the tribunal hall the previous day, investigated their home, and found not a lot conclusive. Nothing to suggest they were leading an insidious double life, but of course, someone leading a sufficiently insidious double life, that's what you'd expect to find.
Oh.
It makes you think.
What do they mean?
Thessia continued studying her grandfather's rune, trying to get a grip on it, and had to do a little bit of host duty as her sibling Xenion had their first call at the house from
Right, that freak!
Hey,
from
be nice.
that freak, namely their scrivener master, to whom they have just recently become apprenticed, who did not go over great with your mother, Arati. He was an unconventional, lackadaisical, and foreign gentleman, whose expertise apparently is in the reading of the shards and the mist as a sort of augur. And both Thessia and Aurkrys were then called upon by the Servitor, which made itself known to each of them and implored them to come to Wither's aid. And so you traveled deep, deep down and managed to find Wither, who, along with Peregrine, had just barely managed to slip the grasp of this strange sect of underground dwellers who, in a brief conversation with one of them, Wither learned call themselves the Masterless. Wither was closed in upon by the first ranger, the hammer-wielding member of this sect, who seemed to be significantly in charge of the ones that had taken them and Peregrine, and was intent on recapturing and possibly killing Wither right on the spot. But Thessia and Aurkrys managed to reach them just in time to turn the tables. And in the end, it was the first ranger who had to flee, and she was spirited away by the largest stone swimmer any of you have ever seen, which could also speak. Apparently, it was an interesting afternoon. Fun way to spend an afternoon if you got the time to kill. Head down to beautiful underground Scon. Be kidnapped and your life threatened. And out of all these events, whether you got some answers, but not nearly as many as you would have liked, and it's the cost in the end may be Peregrine's life, or at least his limbs. One arm and one leg are so badly injured that they're practically a step away from disintegrating as his twice-born body slowly begins to give out. But you have your freedom, and you have your allies here, and you have in front of you a long and pensive trek back to the surface, which is where we're going to begin, and specifically, in the day and a half, 2 days that it's going to take making your way all the way back up to the surface from as deep as you are. I leave it to you if you want to address any of the elephants that just entered the room.
Yeah.
It's we'll say we're cutting back a couple hours later. The adrenaline's died down from everyone now, and you've settled into just sort of the humdrum long walk that's ahead of you. Let me get you some music as well.
Wither has spent basically this entire time just silently tending to Peregrine in whatever way they can. A lot of it is literally just staring at him and studying how his body is reacting to this process, how his, if any, levels of consciousness, like how they're different from how he normally is. It's a somber kind of weird situation.
Peregrine has largely been silent himself. He seems to be hovering at the edge of consciousness. At the moment, physically, it doesn't seem like he is actively continuing to deteriorate. But his blackened arm and leg are dangling and dripping as Thessia carries him. And he emits an occasional just. His breathing is steady but faint, and your sense of the way that you view people, the way that you view their being, a piece of him is damaged right now. It is beyond his grasp.
I will say that Wither has also been, they've only got like shreds of their own clothing left, but they have been using whatever is left of it, still soaked in that weird pitchy kind of sand. They're using that to try and like soak up as much of this Peregrine drip as they can, even if it's pretty futile.
Yeah, the ragged remains of your clothing were already stained very, very dark simply from the day or more that you spent floating downwards through the great well. But the twice-born essence that is gradually and gently weeping from his body seems darker still. It is obsidian where what you had before was slate.
Kind of taking a gander at Peregrine. Obviously, I have no medical training. But am I aware of if the, College of Life's rune would be any benefit to a twice-born?
You can go ahead and make me a roll to do to see what you know.
And I will do blue automatically just because that is my smart.
Makes sense.
Oh,
no, you try to maintain some level of knowledge about all the runes, but you had seldom, if ever, interacted with, probably rarely even seen a twice-born before this, and there's precious little scientific literature, so to speak, on the subject. So, between your lack of experience with the rune in question and your lack of experience with Twiceborn until very recently, you could only speculate.
I imagine that one is because I'm holding Peregrine. He has an aura about him, if I'm not mistaken. I think Thessia, it's been quiet besides the occasional, groan of this dying again person in her hands. And she'll kind of, very nonchalantly scoot over to Wither and be like, "So, I know you're not the type to share a lot, and I think I've given you a decent amount of time. Would you mind elaborating why you two are all the way down here? What happened to your friend here? And if you know anything about a talking stone swimmer, that would also be appreciated."
It was to seek the truth of the worms, the silkworms. We found ourselves captivated by their truth and what we did not know.
And did you happen to find the truth, or are you still searching?
No, we are still searching. Though, we wonder why Gaia's blessing was not given unto them as they were interred in the great well. Mayhap it is because they do not come in the shape of man, but man comes in many shapes, we have noticed. It was dark, so dark, quiet, and still for a time. We do not know if it was if it was short or long, but Peregrine was there. And when we before we awoke, there was a presence that pulled us in, tried to drag us. We resisted. And then were taken by those underground.
This entity that pulled you, was it an actual thing, or it was just the way it... What am I getting at here? Was it actually a large creature that pulled you, or was it a person, or what?
We do not know. It may have just been in our head.
It might be jumping to conclusions, but describing something large pulling you under, and we happen to encounter the first, what I would argue is sentient stone swimmer, down here, is that a possible connection? Especially considering it seemed to be allied with whoever those people were? Again, it's a leap in logic, but...
Sorry, I had to cough. Thinking back, in the times that Wither has made physical contact with a stone swimmer, and in the memory they have of this creature that grasped onto them, was there any correlation there, or was it just a convenience?
Physically, it's certainly... there is some similarity between when you, all three of you, were fighting the stone swimmer some weeks ago, the one that you went on to sort of form a bond with her. The feel of its of its body on the times that it bit you or lashed against you or coiled around you, and the feel as it did that as well this time to spirit you out of harm's way. It's not entirely dissimilar to the feeling of whatever it was that grasped your body and flung you about down there in the darkness of the well. The conditions, the sensory deprivation was so great and for so long, and the encounter with whatever that presence was so frantic and brief. I don't think you have a clear sense in a sort of on the spiritual plane, as it were.
It could be, but we do not know.
And these people, are they also twice born?
Not in their words.
But at least similar in physiology.
It would seem.
So, we now have the information that, 1, there are twice born, or some equivalent, way down here, that somehow have made a pact, contract, or are obedient to a speaking stone swimmer, not entirely different from the fact that you have gained control over a stone swimmer. I don't know where I'm going with any of this, but that's a lot of intriguing similarities.
They said we are different. However,
Well, yes, they're
They-
not mistaken in that regard.
have abhorred us. And would not explain why.
Why ask each other when I suspect we all know somebody who knows quite a bit more about this sort of thing?
Well, I feel a bit foolish. I don't know who you're referring to immediately.
A leaf, perhaps? Or some kind of insect?
Gets out the silkworm. What do you think, Dave?
My little friend, you are dead, but you speak.
I have no doubt that you've seen it as well, that it has spoken to you.
Oh. That weird little... Yeah, the eyeballs or whatever.
Yes.
I don't think we hit it off, but I don't quite trust them.
Why?
No,
I don't know.
why not? It speaks... it speaks with the voice of God, after all. Surely there is nothing more trustworthy than the erstwhile creator of all.
We do not understand.
Well, regardless of whether or not I trust whatever that is, it did provide us the means to find you, which is good in my book.
Wither thinks inwardly, do they feel them? Are they here? Are they listening in, or is Servitor conveniently absent?
Oh, they're here, all right. You become aware of their presence when you focus your mind on it.
I love that his little, like, circular thing here is, like, perfect with your veil. So it
Yeah,
looks like
with
you've
the
got a little
little
bow.
Yay! They are listening. Always we have found.
How long's that been going on?
A short while?
The tribunal.
I suppose then my question, if they're interested in answering, they don't need to. Why reveal themselves only in the most desperate of circumstances? If they are a messenger of God, why would they not try to communicate with as many people as possible? I feel like a vast majority of the population of Scon would be ecstatic for the opportunity.
Positively ecstatic.
Well, Wither, I'm prepared to answer questions, but only if you want the answers. I don't entirely have faith in these two. They don't seem particularly receptive. And so, I'm happy to help them, but only if it helps you.
Speak to us, servitor, and we will decide if they need to know.
Well, the simple answer to you kind of feel the two eye equivalents swivel around in Thessia's direction while remaining atop your brow. This one's question, yes, the answer is relatively simple, to be honest. And it is that you are special to Gaia. It is not in Gaia's... It's not Gaia's wish to interfere and orchestrate the lives of every individual little mortal. If she did, well, there wouldn't be much meaning to those lives, would there? They wouldn't be free to make their own choices. But she knows that you are capable of great, great things, special things, things that no one else is capable of, but that you are also young and lost and in need of more guidance than many. She takes greater interest in you, special interest. And since Gaia does not speak, I speak on her behalf, to you, and ideally, only to you. Regrettably, I could not hold myself to that in these most recent circumstances. Things were unexpectedly dire. It turns out when you give beings free will, sometimes they surprise you.
We thought we were doing the right thing.
You notice as Servitor has been speaking, Wither's like eyes have kind of dulled more than usual, and it seems like they're listening to a internal voice, and they're effectively sitting there while you guys stare at them. And then they just very slightly raise their head.
Gaia has decided to stay quiet. Because if she were to speak to all men, it would question free will. She thinks they can decide for themselves.
I hope she remembers promises made on her behalf.
What does this mean?
Only that I was promised a certain something. And I do hope it is received.
Thessia, like, slowly turns. And she doesn't outright say, but she's like, wait, you got something?
Yeah. Wait, I was like, I could just ask for something? Fuck!
Because for her, she's like, well, I wouldn't have minded getting something, but the more important thing is that Wither's okay.
Of course.
Huh.
If I may speak for myself to you, Wither, and not for Gaia, I don't like that one.
Which one?
The scraggly one. He
Why
is... Really, both of them are troublesome to me. But that one especially, I don't believe conceives of any force, principle, or being to which he would pledge any sort of loyalty, to which he would ever act on its behalf. Certainly not Gaia.
We know one.
Oh, you do?
Himself.
Oh. Well. Well,
In so many words, I guess, I suppose.
I mean,
Is living
yes.
for oneself not what Gaia desires?
It's... Oh...
Does she not wish for all of her children to live happily and for themselves?
It's a complicated subject. Simply, I do not approve of people who live only with thought for themselves. Because if everyone were like that, I do not believe that Skan would continue to exist. For everyone like him, a dozen faithful, well-meaning, obedient people are necessary just to keep, well, just to keep any sort of order, you know? And again, I'm speaking for myself here. I spend a bit more time among your kind than Gaia herself, and I have seen troublesome sorts from time to time. And I can tell you that they do not win Gaia's favor should they continue to act selfishly in their every waking moment. I brushed this one's mind. It is... I'm trying to think of a less insulting word than repugnant, but... No. Repugnant. Wretched. Awful. Heinous. Which isn't to say that you should not associate with him if that is your will, if that allows you to better serve Gaia, then by all means, maybe you are what it will take to make him an instrument of God, even if he does not realize it.
We are not glad, not pleased. We do not know the word. We are... It is good that you speak for yourself as well.
Oh, thank you. It gets lonely from time to time, being apart from Gaia for these long, long times. I think if I didn't speak for myself from time to time, I would go quite mad. I'm just guessing with you.
Well,
They are speaking their mind, talking of dreams and themselves. Things that... speaking quite like man does. We believe these are things You do not need to know.
All right. So be it. But
What more do you wish to know?
I suppose what you plan to do next.
Seek more answers.
Well, I can
Help.
understand that.
Help Peregrine find an answer. We imagine it might be easier than finding our own answers.
And it might lead to your own. You never know. Taking different avenues can lead to similar roads.
We do not understand what that means.
Okay, well, sometimes it is worth trying something completely different because it might give you clues about where you yourself want to go. So, helping Peregrine is not a terrible idea, and I think now more than ever, she, kind of repositions him in her arms. I think he deserves a friend to be there for him, considering what he has done for you.
We understand.
Gaia may be watching you, but Peregrine was there for you.
Counterpoint, Gaia was also there for you because if it wasn't, I was there because, I was doing my best. But it's true.
I was on the
I do
sidelines. I was on the sidelines like, that hammer's scary. You should duck. I was like, oh, wow, thank you, God.
Thanks, God, for being my preservation instinct.
I mean,
But I agree with. But I agree with your friend here. I like Peregrine. Peregrine is very much worth befriending, protecting, supporting. I can speak for myself and for Gaia there. And if you don't mind, this has been really stressful for me too, so I am going to. Yeah, I'm still here, but I'm just gonna see myself out for now.
When you say you're going to leave for the night, but you just hit mute and stay in the call.
Yeah.
I'm out of spoons.
Well, either way, when we get to the surface, we need to bring Peregrine, I assume, back to your place of living. They would probably have
White Sanctuary, yes.
the White Sanctuary. If anyone has any idea how to assist with this, it would be them. I'm just hoping it's not too much damage.
Are we going to be in trouble?
Looks at Aurkrys. I think we're fine. You might get a scolding. Possibly. I really don't know. You certainly did something daring, I would say. And
We cannot help Peregrine if we are in trouble.
that's true. That's true. Which I think leads to the important point that when we do get up there, yes, you should seek your truth and all that, but maybe instead of leaning on Peregrine as much as you might already, maybe allow him to lean on you for just a bit.
We are not strong. We
Well,
will fall.
right. Okay. So guide him instead of him leading you. Just for a little bit. Because considering his injuries, I feel like he's... Well, I can't say I'm not a doctor and I don't know twice-born anatomy that well, but I imagine he will be out of commission for an extended period of time. So he's going to need a hand. And maybe more than that, a friend.
Very well.
So, turns over to Aurkrys. What did you ask for? I mean, you asked for something from Gaia.
Oh. Well. Something, yes. No huge bauble or trinket, I assure you. Just... I asked for what I always ask for. And that is whatever I think I can get away with.
Not really an answer, but I won't lie, I am still intrigued.
Well, perhaps we will all see the benefit of such a thing when it finally comes into my possession.
Such a generous man you are, Aurkrys.
We do not understand this conversation.
That's all right. This kind of keeps going.
Is it?
I mean, it's nothing too important. I was more just curious because I didn't get anything. Well, I mean, gee, looks. I learned where you were and that you were in danger, so that's something. But I didn't realize there was also the possibility of a bargain. That's intriguing.
See what I mean when it comes to people who choose to extort God?
I
Anyway.
only received that which I thought I could, that which I thought I could ask for.
This one wants his own voice. And I agreed to give it to him because I had no other choice at the time.
Oh, how soon I look forward to receiving my prize.
Right. Well,
It shall be at the forefront of all of my thoughts until that time arrives. After all, we were in service of Gaia. How often does Gaia herself ask for things of her peoples?
Every day.
I
Every moment.
Ah, but how many times does she personally ask?
Yep, it's at the forefront of his mind, all right. Ugh. Ugh.
I really thought when Servitor, flew over to him, was like, listen here, you little shit.
It is you with your second lives that hear her unerringly. But we in our first, she is oftentimes silent to us.
Is it lonely?
Maybe. I don't have your perspective to tell me otherwise.
I think I am thankful to not have her voice in my ear because I don't really want the persuasion or something pressing me to do something else.
Think of how distracted you would be, unable to accomplish your own goals, for hers echoes through your mind.
Well.
It's as if you wouldn't have any free will at all.
And I can't really abide by that.
Is that what it feels like, Wither?
No.
Are the things you want really the things you want?
I can't imagine it would be that extensive.
Why wouldn't it be?
Hmm.
If she can speak to you in a way that you know for certain it is her voice, why would she simply stop at speaking to you?
We have begun to understand what it is that we seek. But if it is only Gaia telling us what to seek, it is better than nothing. It is something to do instead of standing and waiting.
But there's so much you could do. Outside of standing and waiting, every morning I wake and I take the opportunities available to me. To what end? Shrug. I don't even know sometimes. But if I don't poke the water, how will I find the fish?
Hmm. Well, we still have quite the trek ahead of us. Does anyone need a break or anything of the sort?
I'd rather be out as soon as possible.
Would you like to be carried?
No. No, that's fine.
There was hesitation.
There was. My feet hurt.
Well, I have 2 more arms.
No.
Kind of tilts her head like,
No. Keep some for yourself, please.
are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
It's like that. It doesn't have to be like this when it could be like this. Vessia has 4 arms. All right. It's a long trek back to the surface and a tiring one. But if there's any pursuit from any of the people that you encountered with her, there's no sign of it.
Cowards. Weenies.
Little bitch babies.
Stupid dum-dums.
And late the following day, you do finally start to see just the faintest licks of natural light again. And finally, you emerge back onto the surface. Well, you emerge first into the deep, but you emerge back into civilization.
Yeah.
And from there, up the deep channel until finally, you can see the sky, the stars, and the shards above you for the first time in days. So, I assume Wither at least and Peregrine will be going back to the White Sanctuary. Do you all want to go there and immediately RP that return, or do you want to cut ahead in time?
I mean,
If something is immediately going to happen, like about that, then I'm fine with everyone coming. It doesn't really affect me either way.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's probably worth
Seeing who's there.
it's
Seeing who's going to be awaiting us.
it's worth being seen for the purpose of
Helping a
having
twice-born.
helping having help.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, Thessia's
Okay.
carrying Peregrine, so like, regardless, she will be present. It's not like they get halfway there and
All
go,
right, you drop him off at
Yeah.
the bus stop. I'll start hauling him the rest of the way.
just dragging him.
Beep
Oh,
beep.
dumb question. We have Peregrine's spear, right? Like, he didn't lose it, right?
No, I'm afraid he pretty much lost it. He wasn't able to take it with him when he busted out of jail, quote unquote. And then he and Wither fell again and had to limp away. So no, I'm afraid the spear that he went down there with is gone.
Wither, you owe him so much.
What? No, it's his choice. He did it.
You're a bad friend if you don't at least, like, take him to IHOP or something. Like, Jesus.
He can jump himself.
Not right now. His limbs are all fucked.
He hop.
I love Ihor, International House of Rocks.
You make your way to the White Sanctuary, and as you go, it's the evening, and you emerge dirty, in some cases battered, and carrying an obviously heavily injured twice-born, and so people are alternately struck silent and feeling like they want to approach and see if they can assist, while many are just like so gobsmacked that they actually sort of float away from you and out of your way as you make your way through the streets. Nevertheless, by the time you get to the White Sanctuary, you do have a small crowd of sort of hangers-on, rubberneckers wanting to see where you're going and why. Thankfully, they don't follow you into the White Sanctuary, but you can see, even after you step inside, that there's you've become a bit of a spectacle making your way back here. And let me get some music. Let's go with...
I'm just sitting there like, I just finished the trial, convincing everyone it was okay that I made a big hole that killed people. And now there's going to be rumors like, did you see Thessia, like, parading around town with a bloody pulp of a twice-born? It's like, great, cool.
Way to make it all about yourself, girl.
Hey, no. A little, but, like, I have to be...
Absolutely.
I carried his ass because neither of you could.
This is a good thing.
It is a good thing, but it's still like rumors happen and people spread the wrong shit.
I can't believe Thessia killed Peregrine and then tried to bring him back up to the surface.
I tried to pin it on me. You shut the door behind you, and over here, Zoia, the master of the White Sanctuary, is seated in contemplation, and as soon as he hears the door open and shut, he starts feeling around for his cane, plants it in the stone, and sort of wobbles slowly to his feet, turns around, and begins tapping to make his way across the stones. As close to blind as he is, he doesn't know who's come, but as he makes his way over, you can see behind those mostly sightless eyes a sense of hope, a sense of pleading, and he sets the cane down, kind of reaches out a hand. Who has come? Have you brought news?
We have brought both of them back. I'm with Wither, and I am carrying Peregrine.
Tap, tap, tap.
Um,
God bless you.
Well,
Are they
Well, Wither seems fine. Peregrine needs assistance immediately. He is horrendously injured, and I don't know much about Twiceborn physiology.
I'd be willing to take the opportunity to learn. I'm an apt student.
Zoiad's head kind of cocks up for a second. Ah, you were there the other day. Very well. Wither, are you able to walk? Are you all right?
Yes and no.
They reach out and they put their hand on the top of his cane, just like an assuring sort of motion.
Well, I suppose that will have to do for now. Come this way, then. I've already summoned chirurgeons to have them ready and waiting should the two of you return in need of treatment.
I am bringing him. I just can't control
Oh, yeah,
him.
sorry, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, dumps him at the door.
Toss him on the
This
toss
is
him on the
heavy.
food table.
Yeah. So
Something very strange is happening, I should say, when I move my character.
Oh.
Every time I move, it zoops me over to here on the other side of the canvas. And I don't know why that's happening.
I don't know why that would be happening either.
Might be
I'll
worth a
live with it.
refresh.
Yeah.
did.
Luckily, it doesn't seem that we can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me try zooping you here and see if that changes anything.
No. Swoop me over again.
Weird.
Okay. I have no explanation for that. I don't think anyone's ever seen that happen
That's
before.
so silly.
Well, in any case, Zoiad slowly leads you further in, and yeah, rushing down the stairs, you see several people in simple robes, carrying sacks at their sides, but well appointed. These are people who must be quite skilled at whatever it is they do based on their attire.
Mhm.
They are of that caste. And they walk over and sort of stand at attention, and Zoiad motions one at you and two of the others at Peregrine, or rather at Thessia. And he spins around and approximately in your direction, Thessia, since he's not sure exactly where you are. He motions you to take Peregrine up the stairs. His chambers are down that hallway. Two of you, please, see to him at once.
Of course.
Yep.
And she'll just follow them wherever they want to go.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Wither's eyes follow Peregrine.
So they lead the way up the stairs into the north, and Thessia follows with Peregrine. Meanwhile, this woman comes over and begins looking you up and down with her, and then takes your hand and starts leading you over to the seats in this corner of the room.
The cushions.
Yeah,
The cushion. I will follow. Cushion.
What is your name, dear?
We have been called Wither.
Very good. Do you already know of any injuries I need to tend to?
We are dirty.
Yes, indeed. Well, it's perhaps for the best that, well, if your clothes were going to get torn up this badly, it might as well be when you're going to need treatment anyway. Master Zoiad, if you want to bring fresh clothes, a robe perhaps? Yes, I was just thinking as much. Are you all right to... Would you like me to go and do that with her, or would you like me to stay? Or would you perhaps like me to stay with Peregrine?
Go with Peregrine.
He gives you a solemn little nod and tap, tap, tap. The cane starts to fade into the distance as he slowly and carefully makes his way up the stairs.
Is Peregrine going to die?
I don't have an answer for you, but I'll be conferring with the others after they've seen to him.
Okay.
Please lie down.
They do as such.
And so the this woman has a pretty good bedside manner, although perhaps some of it is a little wasted on you because of the way you be. But yeah, she inspects your various limbs. She inspects your eyes and nose and mouth, and slowly sort of picks out a few small shards of rock that had gotten tangled in your clothing or in a couple places very shallowly impaled into your skin. Looks at the bottoms of your feet, the palms of your hands, and slowly drops a few pieces of stone here and there, some blood, not blood, but some ichor and some goo on a small white cloth to her side. But in the end, no, your injuries are actually relatively superficial from all of this. And Thessia, after dropping Peregrine off with the other two healers, you have free reign of the place. I imagine you're gonna come back to where Wither is undergoing treatment.
Yeah, I think Thessia, even though she is curious, because I don't think she's ever been in here, she feels like it would be inappropriate to just wander around and be like, what's this? Especially when a friend is, maybe
Can
not.
I swing from the chandelier?
I bet I could do it.
It would be really funny.
So yeah, she'll just make her way back and may not approach Wither right away, but at least make it clear that she has returned.
And how about you, Aurkrys? It seems for the moment no one's probably going to shoo you out of any particular place, so where would you choose to insinuate yourself?
Now would be a perfect time to snoop around.
I want to snoop.
Yay!
Ooh. Okay. Are you snooping with any particular objective in mind?
Just want to get an idea of like where people sleep.
Okay. You take a look around, and the building that you're in here, this is sort of a the White Sanctuary is not unlike an elaborate private residence. In some senses, it almost sort of is. It's not a temple, even though it looks the part. The estate sits here in the panorama, away from the hustle and the bustle, and the art and the music and the dancing, to provide a place where Twiceborn can simply exist and contemplate if they don't want to be out in the world. So, frankly, for not being a temple, it really feels like one. There is a hushed and borderline reverent silence observed at most times here. You see probably about a half dozen other Twiceborn around in the halls or coming in and out of their rooms, sitting, quietly conversing, or in many cases, in prayer, in meditation. And the building that you're in here specifically is one of several on the grounds, and is functionally a dormitory. And so on the upper floor here, there are individual rooms that are occupied by, it appears, one twice-born to a room. There are hallways connecting across to another dormitory, and then the lower floors of each are these wide open spaces that are mainly designed to have a wide variety of different sitting areas where people could converse. The whole place smells a bit like incense.
Is there like a master bedroom or a room like a room that I would assume to be Zoiad's?
Let's see. I suppose you've got a little bit of time to wander around and look for such a thing. Why don't you give me a roll to do to see how successful you are in wandering efficiently and finding your way to the goods.
Oh.
Wow!
At sort of back hall of this dormitory, you look around expecting perhaps that there will be some sort of, as you said, master bedroom. You do find a couple larger, more sort of centralized rooms. You find a small a pantry. You find quarters for washing. You find a small collection of tablets, like a sort of small library, basically. But to your slight surprise, perhaps, it appears that Zoiad simply resides in just a room of the same dimensions and relatively sparse accommodations as all of the Twiceborn here. You do find his room, and at first blush, at least, it does appear to be locked.
Just real quick, the reason I chuckled at quarters for washing,
I thought you meant quarters.
I thought you meant like quarters for like if you went to the laundromat.
If you need to use the machine, here we can make change if you gotta get a Tide packet.
Peregrine, we gotta wash our pants, come on.
I just wanted to clarify because I was like, I didn't want you to think I was like snickering at just my brain thought you were saying like, yeah, you find
quarters.
some quarters.
Yes, that's really funny. Quarters for washing.
The scrawny washing laundry mats.
That's like the most modern thing. Everything else is like, yeah, it's like
everything else is Bronze Age, but they just inexplicably have modern laundromat technology.
Just really nailed this one.
Yeah. Science progressed really fast along this one very specific path.
Playing Civilization be like,
yeah.
I've invented laundromats, but not sailing.
We don't have writing yet.
Yes.
We can't write shit, and our weapons are sticks, but our clothes are clean.
Our
I
clothes
tell you
are
what.
clean as fuck, I'm telling you, as long as you have the currency for it.
Which we have not invented yet.
Yes, indeed. So I guess I'll ask. It's probably with the wandering and observation that you've done. Probably your presence will be generally expected back with the people you came in with before long. Do you want to chance taking the time to try and bypass this lock right now, or do you want to just make a note of it for later?
I make a note of it for later.
Okay.
And then I'll return back out with the friends.
It's our buddy.
Our
Come on
good
down.
friend Aurkrys.
Whether the chirurgeon sort of begins finishing up with you, and takes hands a couple sheets to you, and starts kind of places a hand on some of your extremely blackened, soaked clothing, and then draws it back. I'll let you deal with that as you will. But here are some clean sheets for you if you want something else for your body while those are washed and mended.
What is wrong with our eyes?
Your eyes? Well, they're certainly
Yes.
they're unusual. They're unusual even for a twice-born as far as my own experience, but they seem to be in perfect working order to me. Are you having difficulty seeing at a distance or up close? Are you in any pain?
No. We have been told our eyes are wrong.
She peers closer at you. They're very distinctive. Wrong is not the word that would come to my mind. Who would say such a thing to you?
We did not get their name.
Ah. Well, it's really none of my business, but all that I'm qualified to say is that your eyes seem medically like the picture of health to me. As long as you're not experiencing any difficulty with your vision. Very deep, yes. Wide. I do feel as though I could tumble into them if I weren't careful.
Freakish. Some might say.
But
You're a freak, spray bottle.
Ah!
but I'm a healer, not a poet. So I'm afraid there's not much more I could do to answer the question that it sounds like you're asking me.
Who could?
I don't know, man.
Goodness. Well, I'm not sure I grant the premise that there's anything wrong with your eyes, but I suppose a priest? Someone more in the spiritual realm. If you believe that there is something more fundamental amiss with them, something beyond the physical, yes. A priest seems like the most logical place to start, though it must be difficult for someone like yourself to have a normal conversation with a priest, I suppose. I imagine most would immediately believe they were being tested somehow if a twice-born came up to them and asked what was wrong with their eyes.
Then we will explain it is not a test.
Well, I hope they believe you. She really seems to think on the question. Who could possibly tell you more about your eyes? There are, I suppose, more esoteric, specialized areas of knowledge among the Scriveners of Skan. It's not impossible that you would find someone versed in very obscure lore who could perhaps venture a more exciting theory. Or you could go looking for someone else with eyes like yours. I'm not sure if you'll find one, though. She sort of is just about done packing up her things. In any case, I can tell you that, aside from your eyes, the rest of your body does seem to be essentially in working order. You've lost a bit of, you've lost a bit of essence here and there, but from the amount that appears to have exited your body, I don't think it's going to harm your health in the long term. Still, you'll probably want to have a restful few days following this, and to keep aware of your body, make sure that nothing else is darkening, that any of your markings haven't changed in any permanent way.
They said our markings were wrong and strange as well.
I'm deathly curious who they were, but if you don't rightly know, then I'm not sure there's any context I could use to help fathom what they meant by it. You do have an awful lot of markings. Again, even for a twice-born. Up and down most of your body, really. Seams here and there, but... well, whether it's strange or not only depends on how your first life ended. It's widely believed that those markings convey the parts of the body that were injured or otherwise unwell at the time of one's original death. But there haven't been a great many twice-born, and, well, of the ones who have been known to live, most don't come back with perfectly accurate memories of their previous lives, certainly not up to the moment of their death. So it's still a matter of some debate, even among people in my craft.
Hmm.
I would like to tell you that you shouldn't let talk like that your eyes are wrong or your body looks wrong. I would like to say you shouldn't let that worry you, that those statements sound like they were made in ignorance. And they certainly do, but I get the sense from what Zoiad has told me, and more to the point what he hasn't told me, that you've undergone some sort of great trial just now, and so it might be beyond my ken to say such things. If there's any reason for concern, all I can tell you is that I'm not able to find it.
Very well.
She looks around as she finishes gathering up her things, and looks back up the stairs where you can see the other two healers are making their way back down the stairs, carrying the same bags that they had, but you can see bunched up. Each of them is holding some bunched up rags that were white and now are heavily soaked with black. And Zoiad does not return with them. You are Wither, yes?
We have been called as such.
Yes. Wither and Peregrine. Well, we were just seeing to your friend, Peregrine, for the past, must be a solid hour or so. Well, first of all, I should say, as far as we can assess at the moment, Peregrine's second life is not in immediate danger of ending. He seems to have reached a stable condition in bed up there. He's going to need continual monitoring. We're going to well, we're going to be speaking with Zoiad about arranging such things. For now, Master Zoiad staying by his bedside. Are you, the two of you, companions, friends?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sorry to say that while his life is not in danger, his body has sustained critical damage. And we were forced to take a leg and an arm to ensure that it didn't continue to progress, that the rest of his body did not begin to blacken and break away from the whole. Twiceborn physiology is quite resilient up to a point, but just like us in our first lives, how we can lose too much blood or a wound can turn foul. Similarly, the Twiceborn whose body is that badly damaged, the damage can continue to spread until the whole thing unravels into that essence that you've seen.
I see.
I could have easily gone my entire profession, my entire life, without having to treat a Twiceborn in this critical of a condition. There are very few who've ever reached this point, and fewer still who've then bounced back. But I will say, Master Peregrine seems quite hardy.
Where are the remains?
I'm glad you asked.
Well, upon separation from the body, they very rapidly disintegrate. So, we've
So, the garbage bin?
So we've
Is that what you're telling me?
as you can see, some of it we had to soak up as it began to flow free,
Oh.
and the rest we've set aside in an urn for now.
Well, that's okay. I'll just take that towel. That'll be fine.
We're
I can just
quietly mumbling off to the side.
I could just take that.
You fucking Skyrim NPC, just saying shit.
Having your own conversation over.
Just take that towel there. And,
as Chirurgeons, we're not in the business of rendering a spiritual judgment of what should be done with that. Traditionally, if a Twiceborn were to die altogether and their whole form were consumed, traditionally that is then sent back into the well. But well, no one can no one can make that decision except for Peregrine himself when he's awake.
Of course. Well,
Sir, are you
Yeah, you good?
Let me just go ahead and have that towel right there.
in any case, how much of that was canon? Just to clarify. Is this a bit, or were you really muttering like a lunatic during this?
I was just saying, hey, maybe I could get that towel.
Well, he seems to have been pointedly ignoring you, so if you
little
actually
bit of
want
scratch?
it, you're gonna have to speak up properly. It doesn't look like he intends to acknowledge any quiet
Nonsense.
I'm not so certain a doctor is going to be like, well, here's all the bloody bandages from the operation. I guess if you want, sir.
Well, I'd be willing to pay.
So how much do you want it? Do you actually want to go to bat to ask for it?
No, I'm just gonna find that urn.
Okay. Yeah, then the healers turn to you again, Wither, and sort of with a look of sympathy, and the man asks, "Do you have any questions for us before we go and start to sort out a regimen
Yeah,
for
we
who will
got
be
that,
attending to Peregrine?"
We do not know.
Do you have any questions? Kind of resonates with you for a moment as you try to imagine, with some difficulty, a peregrine who cannot run, who can scarcely walk, with only one arm as well. A peregrine bedridden for some unknowable amount of time. And as you think back on the frustration and the anguish beyond the simple physical damage that he sustained, what you could feel from him in those critical moments below ground, the fact that he had allowed both of you to end up in danger and then couldn't save you from it. And something about that seems fundamentally, it should be unimaginable. And the fact that that is where your mind is turning is just fundamentally wrong to you in a way that feels like it can't be allowed to be. That this isn't the kind of thing that a just and godly world should allow. And you sort of feel welling up within you. It's not a chorus of voices. It's a sort of singular resonant idea that this is not in accordance with God's will. This cannot be allowed to stand, and certainly it can't be allowed to stand if it is due to your actions. And Wither, you are struck by your first oh crap. I gotta get your gifts open.
Whatever the hell
Ooh.
this is.
What the fuck
What?
this shit is.
Turn me purple.
Turn you Aurkrys. You are struck by your first imperative. Your first divine imperative. And that is
to kill
simply
God.
to kill God. That, simply put, is you are to heal. You are to make Peregrine whole again, no matter what it takes.
Hmm. Well, is there anything that we can do? I mean, besides providing assistance where possible.
Well, it sounds like you've already done a great service in helping to see these two home. I'm sure Master Zoiad will want to thank you properly when the situation is less of an emergency. But, well, you can rest assured that the city's finest healers will certainly be at his disposal. There's none among our craft who would prioritize anything over the well-being of a twiceborn, certainly.
Of course.
So, he should be well in hand, as well as these clumsy mortal hands can manage.
Well, It sounds like you did everything you could, and I thank you for that. Oh.
Now, we're going to, yes, we're going to need to have to discuss briefly and start to arrange for someone to be with Peregrine. And he kind of watches you go with her, but doesn't make any effort to stop you.
Well, I think there's one person that'll be keeping an eye on him.
I would also very much like to keep an eye on him. He is a dear friend.
Of course.
Yeah,
It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. And we just both go straight for the urn. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine.
It's mine. Eating
You know
from
that
it like
gif of the two rats having a slap fight at the bowl?
Yeah.
then a hard cut to like Aurkrys just eating it like honey from Winnie the Pooh. Just like
Don't make jokes.
Thessia sees both of you one of you scurry up the stairs. Well, I don't think we need to crowd him, and I'm going to be perfectly honest, I don't know the man exceedingly well.
No, we're going to try and get ourselves out of the hair of all involved while we make a plan for treatment, recovery. But I suppose if there's any sort of new development, if there's an emergency, we're not going to be leaving the sanctuary anytime soon, not all three of us. So we'll just see ourselves down here and give Wither and Peregrine and Master Zoiad our regards.
Fair enough. Well, you don't need another distraction, so I'm going to head out.
Yeah, these three kind of settle in around the table and begin discussing their findings. And so you're gonna be on your way then, Thessia.
Yeah, her brain space is she's like, I did my part. I carried a twice-born for like 2 days. I don't really know the guy. I feel bad for him, obviously, but I don't think he needs a third person crowding him when he does become conscious. Also, she needs to head home and see if Grandpa lived.
Yep. Well, for the two of you,
It's mine. It's mine.
It's mine, I tell you. My crew has turned on me.
my crew has turned on me. Take the urn, use it to become our god. Okay, so Peregrine's room is not far down this hallway. So Wither, I assume that is where you are headed.
Yar.
Okay. And Aurkrys, you're gonna
On the hunt for a push pop.
you're headed there as well.
Yes, I assume that's that they haven't moved the urn yet.
Yeah. That is not a separate map, so I'm just gonna put you guys in the void for a moment here. And let me
Peregrine, they put me in the void.
No. I tried so hard, but in the end, I'm still in the void. I'll keep your guys' icons there, so in case you need to make it easier for you to roll. But you head down the hallway, and the door to Peregrine's room is open. Inside, you see it's Aurkrys. You've already like snooped around a bit. It's quarters much like any other. Peregrine doesn't keep much in here. If anything, his quarters are more Spartan than most. And Wither, you know, this is because he spent very little time in them. He's always been an up and about and around the town kind of boy. And yeah, he is set on his bed, which likewise has some dark stains on it. And you can see that indeed there's bandages wrapping the amputated arm and leg, and Zoiad is seated on a cushion at his bedside, looking down, eyes closed, and cane resting across his lap. And indeed, next to Zoe, sort of at the bedside, there is a small clay urn.
Yep, I want it.
So Wither, or Aurkrys, are you gonna blow past Wither in the hallway and like literally run past them to get there first, or are you gonna try and kind of swoosh in
sneak it.
behind them?
I'm gonna sneak it.
So we'll say, Wither, you're gonna enter first. What are you doing immediately upon reaching this room?
Looks to Peregrine. Doesn't look to the urn immediately. It is in their mind, but they have no indication that if Aurkrys steals it, that they won't also have access to it. So they will just walk up next to Peregrine's bed.
Okay. And all right, Aurkrys.
I will go in behind and immediately grab that urn. I want that dust.
Okay. Go ahead and make a roll to do.
Oh boy, you're gonna want to hope you roll pretty decent here, Chief.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I love how you're rolling Esthesia.
Oh yeah, no, that was what doomed you, no doubt.
Yes, that's
let's
it.
see.
That's got to be it. I noticed that my numbers weren't quite right.
Let's see. This is gonna be for him. He's gonna lock in. Yeah. Well, luckily, in this particular case, you are just barely sneaky enough. You reach down and quietly lift the urn up off the ground. It's moderately heavy, but not excessively so. It's quite full by the feel of it, so you're gonna have to be careful carrying this thing. But if Zoiad takes any notice, he does not react or object.
It's fine, they're mine. That's where I left them.
Have they said when he will wake?
Wither. They have not. They expect that it will be within several days. But even should he wake, he will likely need to rest a great deal. So it is unlikely that he will rise for some time. And what of you? Have you any injuries that will need further assistance?
Our peregrine is broken. And we need to fix it. We do not know how.
I do not know how either. In spite of the number of people who, for one reason or another that I've never quite been able to ascertain, call me Master Zoiad, I know shockingly little. I've known a lot of Twiceborn, and each has been unique. You and Peregrine are no different. I do know that Peregrine is strong.
Hang on, it is very loud here. I am sorry.
Aurkrys is just like, all right, see you later.
I'm like, got what I want.
Well, we will seek answers.
If that is what you choose to do. Then I wish you success, for your sake and for Peregrine's. I must say I am also deathly curious what the two of you encountered down the well. I say every twice-born is unique, but you are more distinct than most in your actions, not merely your nature. But
What
if you...
do you think we found?
Yeah, a big talking worm, maybe. Just a guess.
Just a guess. Was it my childhood pet, Mr. Wormy?
Mr. Wormy, he could always talk, even though none of the others could.
I think you found something that cut to the core of you. Just my sense. To the core of your spirit and Peregrine's body, I suppose. I think you must have found danger. And I'm thankful that you returned to us.
Hmm.
No one has ever emerged from the well in such a way. Not on their same life.
It is all wrong, Soviet. It is all lies.
What are the lies you've uncovered?
We don't know. We do not know what is a lie and what is a truth. We don't know who we are supposed to believe.
The uncertainty is in some ways even less comforting than knowing for sure that one has been lied to. As I
We do
said,
not know if it is Gaia who is lying, or if it is man lying for her, lying despite her. Something is wrong. Are you a liar?
I've been known in my time. I've had reason. Some reasons better than others.
Points at Peregrine.
Is this enough of a reason?
His eyes shut again, and he kind of grips his cane closer to him. I would never tell a lie that I thought could harm any of the people in my care, any of the people to whom I've chosen to devote what remains of my life. And while I have told lies, I have not lied to you, and I have not lied to Peregrine. Though, as I said, I know less than I would like. If anything I've told you has led you astray, even without my intention. And I suppose that's just one more thing I'll need to account for when I face Gaia myself one day. Peregrine came to me recently, you know. He came to me asking again about this, about these reforged thefts. Said that he was going to seek help from a man named Aurkrys. That same man who walked in here with you, if I'm not mistaken. He happened upon me the other day when I was trying to find any way I could to get you home safely. So, whatever else you may do, it seems to me you could do worse than seeing if you can give Peregrine some good news when he's awake. Ah, that reminds me. He gets up and kind of taps the cane around and looks for something else in the room, and finally it whacks into a small basket that was sitting against the wall. Ah, there they are. He picks it up and slowly makes his way over to you. Even before all of this, Peregrine had asked to borrow these on behalf of this fellow, let him study them before returning them. Perhaps you can give them to him the next time you see him. And he hands over to you a small basket in which sit a few clay tablets.
Wither is
Records.
going to do their best to read what they can of them when they're very, very limited knowledge reading.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a roll to literacy.
That's a roll to do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do
I'll use
literacy.
My Urple?
I don't know.
You don't really understand the context, but you recognize a couple of the names on here, and actually you find your own name and Peregrine's name near the end of one of these tablets. So he taps his cane against the side of the basket once or twice. Records of any twice-born who have stayed at the sanctuary for long enough to call it home. Only dating back for a tiny portion of the city's history, of course. Given the sanctuary has only existed in my lifetime, but still, a fair few names you'll see.
Where did we go before?
Well, wherever the twice-born could fit.
Was there no proper home?
Some still had living family. Many did not or could not remember their family. It was quite common for twice-born to simply board with whoever opened their door, which, thankfully for them, was most of Skam. But I always found it a lonely sort of life. A restless one, particularly for those who had not decided what it was God wanted of them in this life of theirs. I felt that there should be a place where they could gather under a roof and learn from one another connect over this strange and unique existence of theirs, and to have a place they could retreat to if the rest of the city, well, couldn't stop obsessing over them, couldn't manage to treat them as people rather than objects of worship or mystery.
Hmm.
I don't know whether or not it's made a difference, but I'm always happy when one decides to spend time here. It does make it feel as though I've given something back.
What did you do before?
How far before? I'm a pretty old man now, you know.
What did you want to do first?
Oh, believe it or not, I was something of an athlete in my day. I bet I could have given Peregrine a run for his money in a run around the city.
Now you can.
Oh, don't be so morbid.
He would have said it.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Very well. We will leave, but we will return. We do not know when. If we do not return, then assume we are being made to atone for a mistake.
As you say. He won't be left alone.
Very well.
They will heft the basket.
This shit weighs like
2
7
pounds!
7 pounds. Fuck, man.
Fuck, man. Oh, my arms are gonna be so sore tomorrow.
Thwomp noise.
And they will make their way out and off into the city to find wherever the fuck Aurkrys went. And if they can't immediately find him, they will go to his house.
Where did Aurkrys went?
To his house.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured. Since
That's easy.
you've got a you've got a pot of soup you need to get boiling. Here, let's go there first then.
I've got a jar of hurt.
Let's see. Do I have? Yes, I do. Okay. Let's just zone you back in here then, shall we? Yeah. And let's see. We'll go with
Ba 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 ba.
So Aurkrys, you quickly hurry from the White Sanctuary back to the pillar. Your prize clutched under one arm. What do you do when you get home?
I will hide it amongst my things, and then I'll check on the fellow that hasn't eaten in like 3 or 4 days.
Oh my god.
Would you like me to take you there, or do you just
Yeah.
want... Okay. Yeah, you make your way on down. And down to the fun part of town.
Your basement.
Let's see. Let's put this at about here. And set the view.
Just going to my man cave.
Gonna crack open some brewskis.
Hey, boys.
Watch the game with the boys. The game is murdering the boys. The boys are still the boys.
The boys are dying.
Hmm?
You hear some faint groaning.
Oh, good.
It appears that your guest here is doing well enough.
I'll set him a bowl. Set him a bowl of some water and food.
What are you feeding him these days?
Just a regular meal, like gruel, essentially. The bare minimum to survive. Nothing that tastes super good.
Now you open the hatch and lower the paltry food and water down there, and he's gotten to the stage. Progress is going pretty okay. He's gotten to the stage you had hoped, where as soon as the food and water hit the ground, you hear him scrabble across the ground and nearly knock it over. He's so desperate to get to it.
I think you're almost there.
You hear him sucking it down, which is about all he can do now.
The world. There are those in the world who are looking for you. That's a problem. I would be very unhappy if they found you. Very unhappy. Shall I show you what I do when I'm unhappy?
You hear the sort of the frenzied grunting of the feeding kind of gets cut off by a more fearful one, and he drags the water with him back to the corner of the cell and cringes away from you.
No, I suppose not. How many days have you been down here, do you think? How many days since you last killed?
And he shakes his head.
Oh, you did it. You killed your brother. I watched you do it. You'll have to follow that instinct. The one that led you to kill so that you might survive.
He's down there in the dark, and it's not very easy to see, but you feel like you can catch just a glint in his eye, as the fear he clearly holds for you is intermingled with hate. You know
smell
who he
like
wants
shit.
to kill.
You smell like shit. If you ever want to kill me, which is what you want, isn't it? You want me to die? And after everything I've done for you,
His eyes slowly drift down from you to the bowl of gruel which he left behind when he scrabbled into the corner, and he quickly reaches out, grabs that, and drags it back to the corner with him.
Maybe you aren't ready yet, after all. It would benefit me to have a man about town. One who can keep my affairs quiet. One who would not be so tempted to rush home. To a place where people love him. To a place where they would be so upset to find what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
Worry not. We'll get you there. You'll be ready before long. In the meantime...
Oh, so this is it, huh?
What is? Ah, I was wondering when you would show up.
Hey. Looks around, kind of, it directs its gaze disdainfully at the table here and back over to here, and finally, most disdainfully, resting on you. Yes, I've come as whatever else I might be, as the voice of Gaia. I can't simply make promises I have no intention of fulfilling, even to one like you.
Come now. This is just a distraction. Let's go upstairs. Thank you for appearing down here, incidentally. It probably did benefit my overall aim with that one to hear me speak to nothing.
That was me laughing, and not served. Let's see.
Well, we're not in the basement anymore, so Aurkrys is a good guy now. So we got to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
that spooky music. They are friends.
Mm-hmm.
Now, please. Have a seat?
I won't. I couldn't if I wanted to, and if I could, I still would not.
Would want to.
Well then, in that case, deliver what you are owed, deliver what I am owed, and you may be gone from this foul place, never to darken my door again.
Well, first, I suppose I must understand exactly what it is you think I can accomplish on your behalf. You said you wanted a voice of your own. Do I have that right?
Something like that.
Is that
A
what
creature very much like you, that can only be seen by one person at a time.
Oh, well, I can tell you this. While there are other creatures like me, there are none exactly like me.
Then I suppose, for the benefit of fulfilling our promise, that you will have to do as my voice. You will have to double up, as it were.
Impossible, I'm afraid.
Oh?
Though entirely in keeping with what I've assessed of you, that you think you could just go second on my list right after God.
I didn't ask to be second. When you go making promises on behalf of the Almighty, forgive me for believing that you could fulfill them.
Well, the thing about promises is they're often quite open-ended. See, you might have had something very specific in mind, but you asked for a voice. And, I would not deign to do that job myself. I would much prefer to just see you off with someone else who could. The less time I have to spend in or around that curious little mind of yours, the better. But I certainly don't intend to dishonor our agreement.
And so you find yourself in a bit of a quandary.
What's that one down there for, then?
I haven't decided yet.
We certainly
A
couldn't get
voice, perhaps. A voice, perhaps, but a voice coming from a different source.
Well, it seems to me, if your intention with that one is...
That is a voice that delivers an entirely different sort of message from the voice that I want from you. It will be
yes,
important.
I can see the kinds of things you want that one to deliver.
It will be important for the people who receive messages from my voices to hear and to see certain realities. And those realities might not always be the same. To one person, I may need a battered and bruised courier, unable to speak, unable to show anything other than fear. And yet to another, I may need them to hear the voice of God. And I may need that voice to lead them straight to me.
You would fabricate the voice of God to your own ends?
No. You would fabricate the voice of God to my own ends. For that is what was promised. And Wither is so safe. I even brought Peregrine back, too.
I am well versed in mortal... implications. Do you intend to take the life of Wither as a bargaining chip with me?
No. I rather like Wither. Peregrine, on the other hand, is so sick. It's hard to tell if he'll make it out of this one. And then, oh goodness, what if somebody were to go around murdering all the Twiceborn? All of them except Wither. What a marked tragedy that would be, for Gaia to put so much on poor little Wither.
And here I thought I had your measure. But you are a unique one, all right.
Unique for Scone. But I don't believe I'm altogether that unique.
What you're asking for, not all of it is within my power to grant you immediately. I will need to consider how I can achieve what you describe. However, if it will satisfy you for a time, there may be something I can do to assist you with your other voice, if that's of any interest to you.
And what would that be?
Well, I think I understand your intention with that one from what I've seen and from what you've told me. And I may be able to expedite the process.
I consider myself a fairly patient man. I've watched men of incredibly high willpower break. He will
So have
break
I.
in time.
Well, if you don't want my assistance with that, then there's precious little I can offer you in this exact moment.
Then I suppose you will just have to remain indebted to me.
I suppose so. May I ask you something?
Feel free.
Do you consider yourself above God? Or God's equal, or do you not even think of her at all?
There was a time when I did. When I was young. When I was young, I had a brand new baby sister. She used to cry a lot. A lot. Terrible baby. I had always heard the stories from my erstwhile father upstairs about how we should be of service. And so one day...
A wise man.
Not that wise. One day I had the thought, what if Father was lying? What if Gaia doesn't favor those who can be of service? What if Gaia only favors those who take? And so my little sister was crying. I was a boy. I couldn't have been older than 5 or 6. And I looked down at her. I told her to stop. I screamed at her to stop. And then I plugged her little nose and covered her mouth until she never cried again. And in that way, I felt that I was of service. I was of service to myself and to everyone else who wished to hear an end to her cry.
Of course, the servitor's expression is unusually static for an unusually long amount of time, but you do perceive its gaze to sort of intensify for a period. I see.
My first kill. No, not technically. There were animals. Rats. And the like. But my first human.
You've given me a great deal to consider. So thank you for that. And you can hold the other Twiceborn over my head if you want. If I can't help you at the moment, then I can't help you at the moment.
That's
Anything
fine.
you should choose to do is on your conscience and, dare I say, your afterlife, and not mine.
That's fine. I'm sure you will work as hard as you can to fulfill your end of our bargain.
And I'm sure...
As quickly as possible.
And I'm sure that you will extend a greater degree of patience, wisdom, humility toward Wither should they happen to cry one day. Not that you could harm them anyway.
Come now, I like Wither.
There's a knock at the door.
Ugh. Right on time. Open door.
It's Wither.
Ah! See, I told you! Come in, Wither. What can I help you with?
You will take these heavy objects.
What are they?
They are... We do not know.
Take them I shall. Let me just set them right here. Would you like some tea?
No.
Very well. Come join me.
I don't want tea. I want answers. Kicks down the door.
Quite an exciting little adventure you must have had.
Yes. For the first time.
Got some blood flowing in those veins?
No.
No, of course not.
We felt what we understand now is fear.
And
No.
And
we
what
do
was
not
that
know
like?
If it was our own, or if it was merely from outside, it was what we say cold.
You are roboting right now. I'm afraid we couldn't really understand what you said there. Wither begins to
Oh.
spark and emit steam from their
Oh.
ears.
No, you're still
Oh,
roboting.
still
pretty bad.
robot. Oh no.
One sec, I think I know what it is.
Yeah, I think it's just a connection problem.
Owl chewing on the Ethernet cord. Wither just flickering there like a ghost. Like,
Servitor, what's happening? I don't
Servitor?
know. That's scary.
I don't know. That's scary.
That comment.
Yeah, I don't know why my internet just leaves.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah, it's Interesting.
Maybe we should
Well-
see what, maybe we should see what Tessie is up to.
We could.
Let's go check you on Thessia, maybe.
I was kind of I don't know what you tried or what you thought the issue was, but yeah, I was hoping it would just be a momentary little thing, but so far it doesn't seem to be. I forget. Does anyone remember there's like a way you can change what Discord region the server is in? Sometimes that does something.
Oh, you might be okay now.
Oh,
Am I? I hope so. No, it's
kinda.
back and forth. I'm on Ethernet, so I don't know what the fuck is happening.
well, you're actually okay
Sounds
at
like
this
you're okay
exact
now.
moment.
Okay.
Well, why don't we try, and then if it starts cutting out again, we'll be like, and so in Thessia town,
Okay. Repeat your question.
You were scared. What was that like?
Okay.
We have been told fear is cold. It is still. But we felt movement and heat. It was not how we expected. Though we do not know if it was from us or if it was from outside. We do not know if the fear was ours.
Or Gaius?
Or Peregrine's.
When you get these little inklings from Gaia, what does that feel like?
A tug. Like... we know. It feels like this.
They'll lean over, they'll like crawl over, and they'll reach over and grab one single strand of your hair and
Ow.
just pull on it.
Ow.
You're saying leans over and blows in your ear.
I thought you were gonna grab his chin. Just,
Slam it in the table.
I knew this was fake. Snaps off the beard.
Yeah, just clunk. Little
Click.
Legos. There's a
Potato
little
head.
like a fucking Lego connection.
Yeah.
It feels like that. But at the core of our being.
Ugh. Well then.
Do you know this feeling?
No, I'm afraid not. I cannot say I know that feeling. I've always been free to do as I please.
In what way?
In any way I desire. The world has never seen fit to stop me.
We thought as such, but we were denied. Deep below, for the first time.
Who denied you?
I do not know their names. The people below, the person with the hammer.
Well, I find that if something denies you, the best thing to do is merely get it out of the way.
How?
There are many ways.
But what if you need it?
If you need it? If you need that which is in your way?
Yes. If they are the answer, if it has the answers.
Then you obtain them. Get your answers, and get it out of the way. We like to believe that we are safe in our cities. All these walls that we build up, these homes that we live in with our families, whose duty it is to look after one another. This is a lie. This is a lie that we tell ourselves, so that we don't have to face the fact that everyone is alone. It is a comforting lie, and that's why we don't get rid of it. But the truth is, the real truth, is that all it takes is 3 people. 3 people with a shared goal to make any one person disappear. And that goes for everybody.
We do not understand.
When united in purpose, 3 people could conspire to accomplish any one task. And the big secret is that it really doesn't matter which 3 people.
Hmm. All we have
One man
right now.
kills another, and the other 2 act as witness to his good deed. That man didn't kill him, he merely acted in self-defense. That's what I saw as well. We find ourselves
so simple.
You, Thessia, and I all find ourselves in different stratums. We have different sways with different people. To some, our word is worth more than any 3 people, all on our own. And so together, I don't see any reason why the 3 of us couldn't accomplish anything we desired.
We understand.
where one will make up for the weaknesses of another.
Yes, this does make sense. We believe. But you have not said what it is you desire.
What I desire. I desire everything. I want everything that life has to offer. In truth, I want more. I want godhood. I want that which I know is mine, that which I feel in the bottom rungs of my soul. That which is mine because I am the only man with the courage to take it.
To take it from whom?
Whoever I need to.
This reflection. Hang on. The foundry's being weird.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
I'll take a single foundry weirdness over internet problems any day.
Reloading. Oh, it's trying.
I mean,
What the fuck?
you could probably just continue with the conversation. You just
Yeah. It is a reflection. That which you desire.
Is that out of what?
It is a reflection.
Oh. A reflection? No. Not a reflection. What I want is quite plain. I would watch this world end to build something new upon its ashes. Something better. Better for you, who are tugged to and fro by your hair. I would offer you freedom. A true freedom. I would offer you freedom from orders. I would offer you freedom from death itself.
A tough peregrine.
Yeah. In the interest of keeping you happy, I would be happy to extend the offer to him.
You do not care.
If I had the power, of course. Not truly, no. But I care that you care. You, after all, are my second man in our little triad. If I'm not working to defend you, I'm not working to defend myself. So please, consider me, Aurkrys, your ever faithful servant.
We ate it.
What do you hate?
No. We ate it.
You ate it?
Consumed.
What did you eat?
Peregrine.
Peregrine?
And another.
I'm
And
thinking
we
back
kept it.
to my urn.
We ate it, and we kept it, and we did not give it back.
To what end?
Just to see if we could.
Hmm.
Just to learn what we could. Just to keep it safe.
Wonderful! You and I are of a mind after all.
We can keep Peregrine. He will not go. If you do not care, one way or the other, it is fine. We will keep what he has.
Very well. Yes. The truth is that I do not have any strong reckoning toward your friend one way or the other. But I do for you.
Do you know where else? Where
Wh-
they are?
Where Peregrine
things.
is.
Yes. No. Yes. No. Peregrine seeks information. The tablets we have brought you.
The tablets, of course. Let me take a look. Yeah, I'll read these tablets.
Yeah, so this is a, there's not a whole lot of information beside each name, but this is unmistakably, based on context, a list of Twiceborn. It's, by each name, there is a date, not always a specific day. Sometimes it's merely a month or even a season, but there's 2 dates beside each, roughly a range of time, except for the last dozen or so, for which there is a first date and no second date. And this appears to be basically a list of the Twiceborn that have lived at the White Sanctuary, and the time for which they did so.
Splendid. Would you look at that? So, it appears that what we have here is a list of all the Twiceborn who have lived at the estate. I even see you and Peregrine here towards the end.
This is not new.
It
This is
appears...
not what Peregrine was seeking.
No. What was he after?
It is what we were seeking when first we met.
Remind me.
The mortar and pestle.
Ah, yes. We did come across it, didn't we? We found the thieves. We obtained the mortar and pestle, and we returned it to the girl's... the mortar and pestle's grandchild, was it?
Great-grandchild.
Yes. So I imagine if anyone had it, it would be her.
No.
No?
Does not elaborate.
We seek who the thieves were to bring it to.
Ah.
Because in that place, we imagine there would be more.
Of course. Well, I suppose then we would just have to locate the thieves. See if we couldn't get a little bit more information out of them.
Is this a hard thing to do?
No, I don't suspect so. I should be able to track one of them down in relatively little time.
I am a good guy.
Why did you make that face? That was weird.
Oh, I did that out loud?
Usually this thing tells me whether I'm live.
I'm usually at home alone. And so I've gotten mostly used to doing my evil laughs out loud instead of internally.
I just do mine in my head.
When you have OBS open and you accidentally hit start streaming when you meant to just hit start recording.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks at my OBS quick.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Debuting early on surprise round.
Oops.
And then also being like a dozen episodes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 20. Let's go.
What the hell is this?
What is this?
What's fucking happening?
Who the hell are these freaks?
Is that the end of that scene? I'm trying to feel the vibe.
I suppose it can be.
If
We
you
haven't
wanted to
seen
go
what's
on
up
and
with
make
Thessia.
if you want to go and make more specific plans, that's fine. It's just the doing that bit really made it feel like where you would cut in a minute.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, I
fucking
mean,
end
that's-
cap there.
That's where I would cut. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, where is he? I wonder.
Da-da-da-da.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, in down in Thessia town. Oh, hang on. Using my loading screen.
Oh, budget.
So, Thessia,
Yeah.
do you have the recent events prompted you to want to do anything different in response to them, or did you want to just kind of do one more like studying / teaching / whatever else kind of personal time bit?
I mean, Thessia is definitely curious about how things are going with Grandpa, and also this is like the
true, yes.
third or fourth time Thessia's been like, I have to go, and then leaves for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess it would feel a little weird to just cut to you like doing a normal day stuff without having checked in at the house first.
Yeah, as
So
much
maybe
as I
we
would
wanna
love
do
to
that.
try and make progress on those things, like logically, it doesn't make sense to do that.
Yeah. Okay, then let me just whip up a little
A little something.
do.
Little something, something.
Little sumpum sumpum. Yeah. We're gonna... Yeah, okay. Let me put you here. Let's see.
Oh, that's right. I'm probably covered in, like, twice-born blood.
Twice-born dust.
Goo. My brain
Water.
keeps on thinking
dust.
that the consistency of it is like a salsa.
Mm-hmm.
Not inaccurate. More
I hate that
earthen
terribly.
than that, but yeah. Let's see. All right. So Thessia, let me grab you music. Probably something from here. What's this? Sure. Thessia, you make your way back to the estate. And as you do, you notice that the whole way through there is one guard standing here right outside the door, but aside from him, the estate is almost eerily quiet. You see far fewer guards, and you don't see anyone working in the garden or around any of the sheds or anything else really. And the place has otherwise not changed significantly in the just couple of days you've been out dealing with this situation. But it almost feels like you're coming back to like a museum or something, a preserved relic in amber with how still everything feels. And the guard gives you a little nod as you approach, and then kind of gives you a worried look, seeing the state that your clothes and such are in. Welcome back, Master Thessia. Are you well?
I am tired, but I am fine. She kind of like looks around. How have things been here? I needed to depart suddenly to assist a friend. She gestures. Despite my appearance, it did go well enough.
I'm glad to hear it. Things are, he looks around and then gets a little closer to speak at a quieter tone. Things are a bit melancholy here. It's I won't lie, it's a bit rougher getting through the shifts by myself. It's just there's a lot of estate to patrol, so it's tiring, but it's also a little dull. Not having I'm not that the guards and I would spend our time fraternizing instead of, but
I mean,
I'm sorry. You asked how the estate was. I shouldn't be airing my own complaints right now to you.
It's important to hear. I will... I don't know if this would interest you at all, but I have some studies I need to do. I'd be more than happy to sit outside and provide a little company while I do that.
Between you and me, Master Thessia, I think you had probably better clean yourself up and also make sure that you've taken care of any business with your family first. It's been a trying few days for them, I suspect.
Yeah, I imagine so. Well,
but if I'm still in the service of your family in a few days, then by all means, I'll take you up on that offer.
She kind of hears that and was like, "Oh wow, it's that bad, huh? Okay." And she nods. Very well. Thank you. And she'll hard on through. Looking around, is anybody here on the first floor?
Not that you can immediately see or hear. You do see your personal attendant Simony coming down the stairs here, carrying a fairly large bundle under one arm. Oh, Master Thessia.
Yes,
Oh,
I've returned.
I thought I might not get a chance to see you again.
Are you, departing?
I was. She sets the bundle down to the side and gives you so she can give you a proper bow. I was on my way out. Yes. Well, we've been making inquiries, and it seems I'll be entering the service of another family, effective. Well, I should be starting tomorrow, but I'm moving in some of my things tonight. I may be back and forth a few times. It's been a pleasure and an honor, Master Thessia.
Same to you. Thank you so much for your service. I hope you at least enjoyed your time here with the Baetalus family, and I wish you the best of luck with, who are you moving to now?
She picks up the bundle. She kind of waves an arm indistinctly. Some other upper crust scholastica. Obviously, your mother wouldn't hear of any of us moving into the service of the Paliakaios, naturally, but
Naturally.
everywhere else, anywhere that we could fit. I would stay if I could, but well, at the end of the day, I do need to eat and wash and all of that.
Yeah, Thessia, like, very gently takes her hand and just kind of pats it. You need to do what's best for you. And you've done so much for us already, and I thank you for staying as long as you did.
I'll miss the place. Oh, before I go, I mean, so, just so you know, your mother's upstairs. She's been keeping an eye on your grandfather, who does seem to be doing a bit better now, but it's difficult to say. You know, in the past, there's been very ready access to healers and such, and it's a bit more precarious right now. But
yeah,
they're well, physically. I mean, and Xenion is around. She kind of peers and squints somewhere.
I'll find them. They're probably being a bit more recluse considering the circumstances.
I've barely seen them in the past couple days, it's true. Longer than that, honestly. But they looked troubled the most recent time I saw them. I mean, everyone has looked troubled, so it probably doesn't mean anything, but yes, if it's not overstepping to say, they'd probably do well to speak to you.
Don't worry. I plan on checking up on everyone. I hated that I needed to leave so suddenly, but a dear friend required some desperate assistance, and she gestures to her bloodied attire.
Yep. I was refraining from asking out of politeness, but yes, it would probably... She begins kind of fussing with your clothing the way she often did when you were getting ready in the morning.
Oh, you don't need to be doing that.
Yeah, force of habit.
It's appreciated, of course, but don't fret.
Well, then, hopefully not the last we'll see of each other. But For now, I'd best get a move on. I have several trips to make this evening before it gets dark.
Well, thank you so much. Gives a polite bow.
Yep. Master Thessia. She goes, and you hear the door close behind her, and just like outside, yeah, in here it is, it's quiet like a tomb.
Thessia does her best to always be as, like, pleasant and positive as possible, but, like, even as she waves with one hand goodbye, her other hands are all clenching so tightly. There was, like, a building anger. Well, I certainly don't want to look so drab when I see my family. I think Thessia is going to go to her room. She's not even going to worry about, like, getting these clothes clean. She's just going to get another set so that she's, like, at least somewhat more proper. Maybe get a bath later, but do, like, a quick wipe down to try and clear up, you know, any blood that's left on, like, the hands or skin in general. And then she will try to track down various family, probably starting with Xenion, strictly because Thessia has a sense that there is something else bothering them and would like to inquire before what is likely going to be an endeavor speaking with her mother and grandfather.
Yeah. Yeah, you change out of your dirty and in places slightly torn and worn clothes and prepare a new set. And in fact, you don't really have to go looking. At a certain point, shortly after you're done dressing and you're fixing up your hair and making sure your skin is all clean, you just kind of perceive Xenion as, like, hovering just by the entrance to your room, and then they quietly slide the cloth aside, enter, and close it behind them.
Sibling!
You're back.
I am. I apologize for the sudden departure and it taking a lot longer than planned.
I'm glad you're all right.
I hope I can say the same about you. You seem more troubled than I would have anticipated. It's not just about grandfather and mother, I presume.
It is and it isn't. It chiefly isn't, I suppose. They rub their eyes and walk over and sit down heavily on your little couch here.
Well, will
Do
you
you
share
want
with
the
me?
answer first or a question?
Ooh, that's a fun twist on things. I'll take a question, because I guess that'll build to the answer, I presume.
Maybe.
Maybe.
How do you manage it? How do you put up with it?
What is it in particular, if I can ask a question for a question?
Being... They wave their hands. Being Thessia of Baetalus. Having that rune. Having that power. I'm sure it's a wondrous thing, but... I mean, you were always destined to have to spend your life at the college, as father and grandfather did. So much riding on it all the time, with seems like just about everything else going wrong for our family at every turn.
Yeah, there is that part. Well, I guess the easiest answer is, I don't. Just shrugs. If I am meant to be the savior of this family, I'm not doing exactly a stellar job of it, now am I? Not without a lack of trying, I assure you. And I don't plan on stopping now. I feel, and maybe it's foolish, I feel change on the horizon. Good change, I should probably clarify.
For once.
For once. But there have been good things that come of this. I mean, she just kind of gestures. You have become the apprentice of a scrivener. Amazing. And it's all because of your due diligence, your hard work. That's something to be proud of.
They kind of wince, grimace a little.
I would like to study that. I think I have an answer based on that response. I'm gonna roll to die. Perfect. Brain. I will challenge you, sibling.
Yeah. Our battle will be legendary. All right. Well, in that case, this is going to be a clash.
Yeah.
All right.
If I can guess, something tells me that my mother's reaction to their mentor, soured it so that Xenion either was forced to depart from it or willingly chose to.
That was not what my guess was.
I kind of scrunch up their face. Yeah, my first great contribution to our family's success. Finally, something to show for, well, frankly, a long, long time of much preferring to be off and away and living a life entirely outside of us whenever I could. I always felt like that was my privilege because you were holding up your end of the bargain, you know?
I just said I wasn't, but it's kind of you.
It's not going to happen.
I think Fessia very gently, sits down next to them and, reaches out one of her hands to kind of, grip theirs very gently and kind of leans into them. What happened?
Well, the arrangement that Mother made with Master Heyu was the apprenticeship, of course, and in beyond simply my being willing to put in the time, learn the craft, apprentice myself, apply myself, and so on. All those good Scani virtues. It wasn't being done out of charity. It was a lot of favor to owe. And given that Master Heyu is not accustomed to a traditional lifestyle exactly, he was simply going to receive compensation. A bit improper for a family of our stature, but Mother was willing to swallow that much. But we need those gems for something else now. So,
Grandfather?
they silently shrug and nod. I don't know. No. I know what you're thinking.
Do you?
I know. Yes. Probably. Maybe.
Maybe. But you might not.
I don't. I don't want you to get it into your head that you need to go and do something about this. I don't know what exactly that would be, but you've taken some extreme measures lately. It's not what... Nothing like that is what I want, and not what Mother wants, I'm sure. I'm not angry with him. So please don't be angry with him on my behalf.
I don't know where the anger is directed currently, but I do know it's frustration. That it isn't fair to you. You've worked so hard, and I know how much this meant to you. At least let me... And she puts up a couple of her hands. I will not approach this to Mother and Grandfather. Let me look into some possibilities of income.
They cock their head, continuing to listen, but obviously curious as to, like, huh.
I haven't been able to be a functional teacher in a while, so that has impacted things a bit. That being said, I have been doing more personal tutoring with some fairly wealthy individuals, and if I'm able to present myself in a manner that I am able to provide them a thorough education to match my own skill set, she very cockily puts a hand on her chest, then perhaps I might be able to lean more into private tutoring for larger sums. I mean, people are aware of what I am capable of, and I'd like to think I am a good educator when I am given the opportunity to actually have the time to do so. Not only that, with my skill set, there are plenty of things that need repair in the city. I think I could bounce around town for a few hours to see what needs repair and make a little extra money. I don't think that's unreasonable.
But surely Mother would never allow either of us to be out there hawking services for currency. That's for... Well, not for people like us.
True. Maybe. But, she kind of leans back, things are changing. And if we refuse to evolve with those changes, we will perish. Look, she kind of leans forward. Our name is already smeared at this point, right? Let's be honest with ourselves. It just is. More
we are
important.
down to one guard and no servants.
Correct. And once the guard is gone, can we even be described as a noble family? Genuinely. I don't know what the rules are on that. So, I don't think it's unreasonable to change our tactics. And what is so wrong about providing services that would aid this city? That's the weird thing. People keep on getting hung up on that. It's helping people. Yes, we're making currency in the process, but We have the ability to change so much and do so much more, and we don't because it's our privilege to not? That's insane to me.
Going out and simply...
Right?
I suppose I could spend my time more productively.
I think you have been spending your time productively, but I mean, this is also a chance to learn something else. Is that not beneficial to a scrivener?
To a scrivener, maybe.
Scrivener in training? I think I could help. Oh, what did you have in mind?
Well, they kind of pause and their mouth opens and shuts a couple times. I can't help you at the college like this. Helping people around the city for money. I suppose we could get somewhere with that.
Here's the thing to consider as well.
Honestly, I was thinking that you were just going to say we should steal some.
Oh, well, I mean, that's like an option, sure. It wasn't my first.
No.
And
I mean,
I'm
be
surprised
crazy,
that
but-
was your first.
No, that's just where I thought, I read the room incorrectly, I guess.
No, I was blue, and that's my mean stat. We've been over this. But the other thing to consider is, if it's not even for profit, it is reputation. Yeah, sure. Some of the snooty nobles will turn their nose to us, but they already have, so who cares in that front? But the common folk, which there are far more of, I would assume, appreciate and respect us for helping. Right?
Oh, I'm sure they would. I'm not sure what their respect would get us exactly, but...
Did you not see the trial?
They pause and they think.
A handful don't do much. But a large number, well, that's rather influential now, isn't it?
And I suppose for the people who would look down on us, I could... Okay.
This is again just an idea. Obviously, I've been traveling for days, and I'm a bit exhausted, so there's a bit of brain fog going on right now, admittedly. And I don't have a full understanding of our situation, though I can read the room and put a few things together.
They slip off the couch. Thank you. I feel silly now.
Why?
It does seem... It's an awfully simple solution, but now I'm thinking through. I think there's a lot of things I could do.
Oh, I love to hear that. And I know there's a lot of things that you could do. I think, if anything, maybe the reason that you hadn't considered this route is that, let's be fair, Mother is extremely vocal about her ideals and expectations for us Betalists. And you are a very diligent listener, and you like to abide by rules. And that's where I come in. I don't.
Fuck rules. Fuck the man.
They kind of They look like they stifle a little bit of a fit of laughter and kind of clear their throat.
You're allowed to have fun in this house, I hope you know.
I've coped by having fun outside of the house more often than not, but it's an interesting idea.
Hmm.
I think I'll go back out then. Mother's with grandfather still.
Yeah.
You haven't spoken to her yet.
No, I haven't. I wanted to track you down first, but you found me rather quickly. I won't lie. When I first came in, Simony informed me that you were troubled, and I wanted you to be my priority. So I'm glad you found me.
They come up and give you a hug.
Oh, hello. Gives a forearm hug back and pats.
A forearm hug that typically, in this case, as it typically does, provokes the four-ear twitch. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Before they turn and they start making their way out and then kind of spin on their heel here. Before I go, teaching and helping with construction and all that's well and good.
Certainly.
Is there anything else going on that I could be of any use with?
She thinks about that.
I know you didn't want me interfering before the tribunal, and I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a problem for the whole family. So
Yeah.
if you're
And mayhaps the Betalist approach of everyone dividing and attempting to conquer was a poor decision. At this point in time, she pauses and really noodles. When you were having your tutelage to become a scrivener, your tutor had mentioned something that I found rather intriguing. He had mentioned that he was able to essentially discern the pattern at which the breath rises and falls. You must understand from my past experience with it, I am curious about that strictly because, well, one, I've had a dangerous encounter with it, and two, if I am to continue finding paths of revenue, it might benefit me if I were to perhaps provide my services to expanding mines, where and when it would be wise not to do so. I imagine they'd pay someone like me quite well. I can essentially do the work of a dozen miners in a day.
Oh.
But of course, I would need to have that sort of knowledge to be ready to prevent any more incidents.
Of course. I'll speak to Master Heyu. In fact, I'll go straight there.
If that's not a complication for you, I don't want to put you...
No, not at all. Not at all. There, you can see wheels are suddenly turning very fast in their head. Yes. Okay. They immediately head back to the door. Yes. Okay. Then, do you want to meet him again? Do you want me to ask him for his findings? He's very particular about insisting that there's no singular chart you can produce that simply works in all cases. Although I
course.
suspect it may be because he wants to be irreplaceable. But,
Oh, and I have no plans on replacing him. If anything, it would be strictly for my own... I mean, it doesn't sound great, but maybe that might interest him. I have no plan in sharing the information any further, and if anything, I would recommend him. I mostly want it because, well, the last time I was in a mine, breath struck, and, well, you know the rest. And I'd like
Indeed.
to avoid a repetition of that.
then I'll meet with him as soon as I can.
Thank you, sibling.
And they turn around and they've got a bit more of a spring in their step this time. They throw the cloth aside and stride out, and you hear them head very quickly down the stairs.
Thessia kind of like puts her hands behind her back, and a part of her is like, yeah, I do want this information for that, because she's also thinking, well, wait a minute. We have that mine that collapsed. I could use Thale to try and clear it out, and maybe we can get production rolling again. Well, we'd have to hire people, but I'm people, so maybe that'll be fine. But she feels bad that there was a under reason of just like, I want to know how that shit works so I can get it.
I'll get that shit.
I want that shit. Gimme.
Give me the good stuff.
She takes in a deep breath and is like, well, I better go check on if that chisel was worth it. And go check on her mother and grandfather.
All right. So you head further upstairs to your grandfather's room at the top of the house. It smells stuffy and sick up here.
Hmm.
Let me grab a song. Sure.
Thessia kind of pauses at the cloth and then takes another deep breath and then knocks on the side of the wall.
You hear a very faint, like,
It's Thessia. I wanted to check up on you. I apologize for my sudden departure. A dear friend required some very serious assistance.
After a few seconds, you hear a sort of croaked, "Well, come in already then." Your mother is sort of half curled up on this couch here, asleep, in a not very dignified pose that was surely not intended to be seen by anyone.
That's fine. Thessia acknowledges it, but out of respect doesn't gawk or anything of the sort. She just continues onward. How are you feeling, grandfather?
This body, its limitations are frustrating. But I am up to managing them.
You certainly seem better than the last time I saw you a few days ago.
Indeed. I have bounced back rather nicely, I would say.
That's good.
Still bound to this wretched bed, but I can feel strength slowly returning to my limbs. Yes. Within a few more days, I imagine I'll be up to walking about again.
That's good.
Well,
Well,
well, I imagine you did not come here to simply check on my health.
she, with her arms behind her back, kind of like looks around, turns back to look at her mom. I was also curious of Mother. I wanted to ensure that she was all right. I know she's been remarkably stressed. And considering the departure of yet more people from our estate, I imagined it had only worsened, especially considering the condition I had to leave you in.
Ariti is quite well. She is my daughter. She is strong. This level of nuisance is nothing that would trouble her.
Hmm.
You sound unsatisfied.
I don't know if it's being unsatisfied. I think for the first time I'm getting truly angry.
Oh.
I would like to think I have been diligent in my works and my sacrifices, yet I cannot... I can't even grasp a break. It's not me trying to whine or complain it into being a better situation, but you can understand my positioning. Because as a Betalist, I will continue to work diligently and hard. But I'm concerned I might need to push things further if I am to get what we need.
I see. And where is your struggle?
Well, she kind of like leans forward and has kind of a shitty smirk. I must admit, I have been struggling with this pesky little rune. And she kind of like gestures in the air this general shape of his rune. I haven't quite nailed it down just yet. I got the general idea, the feel. I understand its potency with distance, but I can't quite nail it down. And I feel as though if I were to have guidance, I don't want to be given the answer. That's not how I learn, not how I benefit from this. But if I am to be the next greatest fail user, a little extra guidance would go a long way, I feel. As I've said before, I don't want you to give me answers.
Clearly not, since it would seem you are more accustomed to taking them. He returns your shitty smirk. You can't see his face because he's wearing the veil, but you can feel it.
Yeah.
Just looking at his eyes, you can intuit the rest of his face.
Normally, I would be opposed to doing such things, but it's probably clear at this point. And she like looks over to confirm that Arte is like asleep and like leans forward, actually like putting a couple hands on the bed to get closer. The hole, the one that I had created. Yes, it was dreadful, and I do regret it to an extent, but it doesn't change the fact that that's something we can do. And on top of that, I've made a glorious tower. in an instant. But I need a better understanding of the foundation of this rune if I am to expand upon it even further. I have the fundamentals. I teach it for God's sake, but I know I can push this further with my own skill before I go to the more extreme path. Because while I know that you are against such methods, I do want to do this in a peaceful manner. I'm not interested in the sacrifice of other people. That's not how I operate. If anyone's going to lose something from these risky gambles, it has to be me. That's only fair.
He kind of... You hear him very faintly click his tongue. I've never advocated for violence or destruction, granddaughter.
No.
I merely accept their inevitability. That being said... Starting by trying to learn another rune-touched minor rune. You've set your ambitions quite loftily.
How can I not? It would only stunt my growth to think small.
I agree. Very well. He sort of works his way over more toward the side of the bed, and with considerable effort rolls over so that he's like fully properly facing you. Would you like to see?
Her eyes widen a bit. Show, but don't tell.
He leans back and shuts his eyes, and for a minute you almost start to think like, did this motherfucker just like be like,
Die?
check this out, dies, or like falls asleep?
When the smoke clears, I'm dead.
I rev up my rune, creating a huge cloud of dust. He flops back and shuts his eyes for a moment. Right now, your sibling is running through a crowded thoroughfare. Voices surrounding them. Someone pleading for people to buy their jewelry. Someone advertising the freshly picked mushrooms. Someone offering to kill. Ah, they've moved along. Right now. That friend of yours down at the college. He's just concluding his lessons for today. Right now. Oh. How interesting. Right now, Creotar of Palaiokaios is receiving a stern talking to. Oh. one shrill little self-important voice. Yes. He's having an unfortunate day, the poor man. Perhaps he'll be paying his respects at the College of Alteration soon. He slowly sits back up in bed a little. Not showy.
Interesting.
No grand display, but I have a few treats.
Huh. I misunderstood the use of distance. That was the problem. Fascinating. So, it might be safe to assume you've been keeping tabs on the home for quite some time then.
As often as I am able.
Does Mother know?
What use would she have for the information?
Nothing really. I was just curious more than anything.
She knows as much as she is required to know. Naturally, I continue to advise her from time to time. Opportunities, risks, dangers. But your mother doesn't need a great deal of guidance from me. Not anymore.
I see. Well, I thank you for sharing this with me. I'm feeling much more confident in how to approach this rune.
If you can manage this much, then perhaps there is more I can show you. And if not, then it seems you're simply not ready.
There was like a sternness that kind of hits Thessia as she just kind of like drags a couple fingers along the bed. I want to make this very clear. My father is the one that showed me how to love this rune, how to have fun with it, and how to use it at the most basic level. And I gave away the last piece I had of him. So I am hoping that in return, from where love began, you can show me how to really prove its value and to make him proud.
I can show you exactly the amount that you are worthy to be shown.
I think
I cared for your father as well, and he was a marvelous shaper. He was not your equal, and he was certainly not mine. And you should have no illusions about that. If you allow yourself to be held to a standard, trapped in mediocrity, then you will not ever achieve greatness. I hope you understand that much at least.
there is a long pause as he describes it as mediocrity. Takes a very deep breath.
Your father was the teacher you needed then. He is not the teacher you need now.
It still doesn't change the fact that he sparked my interest to begin with, and I will always be thankful for that. But you are correct in the fact that I need to grow. And so I shall.
Good. I suppose, since you've gone ahead and done it anyway, I may as well let you know. You may borrow what you wish from the tablets gathered here. They are no substitute for proper instruction, but perhaps they will be of some use to you. Don't mistake yourself into thinking this is the greatest knowledge that I have to offer.
Oh, I know you wouldn't be foolish enough to write it down.
You have learned.
Well, I mean, she smirks. The rune I already found is indeed impressive. And I'd be shocked if you wrote the others down.
He gives you his eyes are in neither confirm nor deny mode, but he is at least amused at what you're implying.
Well, thank you very much, Grandfather. I'm glad to see you are doing better, at least. And I look forward to when you are up and about again, that I can show you what I've learned.
See that you do.
She gives a polite bow, and she walks like very, very dignified, you know, trying to show that she is a proper scholar and respectable noblewoman. But the moment she gets here, she fucking scampers like a goblin to her room to study. like the, you know, whenever you're climbing up the stairs, you get on like all fours. Like that's the kind of like that's the energy. She's like, I gotta get that right now. I gotta fucking study right now.
Well, that feels like an okay place to end for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hey.
Wahoo!
Oh boy.
Everyone's
Woohoo.
scheming.
You scheming?
I'm learning.
We're learning.
What
I'm
is
learning.
learning?
Yay.
What is learning but scheming
Scheming
to
by yourself.
enlarge one's brain?
Brain increase.
Shields are down to 40%. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh man, next session's
All
gonna
right,
be
before
so
we start,
yeah.
before we start doing silly voices, we should sign off the recording.
Oh yeah. Toodles.
Bye.
Yeah, goodbye, everyone. Hello. Oh, well, the timing.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. The timing couldn't be more perfect.
Oh, what happened?
It just
We just went live.
Because we just finished restreaming the episode, so I had literally just switched to the OBS scene again.
Ah, cool. And so I just stepped on a bag and had to, schmungle my headset on.
Yeah,
God,
you hate
I
to be
need a
caught
wireless
schmungling.
headset so bad.
How
Yeah.
embarrassing to
Can't
be
believe
when the world
live-
watches
live
you schmungle.
schmungling.
Are you even allowed to do that on like Twitch TOS? Schmungling in front of the world? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just gonna. You're just gonna have to cancel me again.
Damn.
Yet again. All good getting the
I mean,
rare
you recovered
Austin.
last time.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, yeah. As soon as you were outed as a schmungler, was kind of when Twitter blew up. So you were able to just start over on Blue Sky and pretend nothing had happened. But don't think we've forgotten.
No, I know. Nobody ever forgets. They're just gonna bring it up 3 years after.
Anyway, chat. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Oh, what a fun and cheery guy. Yeah, no, there was some good reaction in chat to this episode of Aurkrys blackmailing the Metatron, effectively.
Right.
God, what did I? Oh yeah, I did
Yeah,
that.
I do.
Yeah.
When you were like, God, it's so funny. It's such a... Just two characters who feel like they shouldn't be on screen together, and yet here they are, and they just... they have to fucking roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
It is something I enjoy in this game. Hi, says Purdy Poof. Hi, Purdy Poof. Welcome, everyone. I say welcome as if we're not the ones who've just shown up. Hello, everyone, I guess I should say. And thank you all for sticking around for the episode. And now, without further ado, we're going to look at fan art. We have a number of pieces, and we have an imager by Pupcat Dude. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Very
useful.
Let me throw us over to that. Here we go. So, first, from Pupcat Dude, we've got... Yeah, Peregrine is cool. Way better than those stinkos.
Oh, so fierce.
So fierce.
Better than those stinkos.
Peregrine had a rough one.
Mhm.
Peregrine does not deserve hardly anything that happens to him.
I don't think he deserves anything that happens
pretty
to
much,
him.
yeah. Oh,
He
man.
is like the only decent guy in this town.
Then also from Pupcat Dude, we've got Aurkrys, the International House of Rocks, open 24 hours a day.
Oh, yummy.
Crunch.
The one on the left really, really looks like copper ore from Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm not quite... I think that might actually be what this is intended to be, because this one on the right vaguely is reminiscent
like
of
iridium, yeah.
like a rock you can break in the mines.
Oh, yeah, you're
I
right.
might just be making that shit up, but if that was intentional,
No, I think you're right.
Then hats off to you for that. This... Oh, yeah. Purdy Poof. The fucking Mario Kart.
Yeah. Squad.
Oh, God, I love this one.
I love your little ATV.
Yeah. I get the fucking monster truck.
Thessia can hold on and hold the steering wheel, and Wither is the one who has a very Diddy Kong Racing shaped cart there.
Yeah.
The fucking banana peel. Love it. Thank you very much for that.
Lovely.
Also from Pupcat Dude, give me that dust. Oh, I'm sorry. We have you here, Austin.
Give me that dust. Give me that dust.
Sir, we're going to have to ask you to leave.
Oh,
Sir, you're not allowed to bring in outside food.
You're at iHorror, your family.
Famously the tagline of IHOP, when you fear your family.
When you're feared.
When you fear your loathing.
Oh, yeah. No, hold on. Actually, it looks like their slogan nowadays is come hungry, leave happy.
Okay.
So that's fine.
Sometimes,
It's not bad.
Sometimes.
We've got, these were separated out into their own from Water Brat on Mousepad.
Yeah.
We've got
Beautiful.
Thessia.
It's him.
Thessia with a port where you can plug in the power adapter for your laptop. We've got
RGB gamer
Wither.
Thessia.
I love that Wither has it's like a gradient. It's like a 3D sphere rendered into 2D.
Yeah.
It's not just a circle. Maybe that's
so
true of
funny.
Thessia, but you can't really tell because it's dark, so it looks like Wither's the only one who gets that for some reason. And then Aurkrys. Who are you gonna kiss with those big old lips?
Death.
Death.
Mwah.
Then also
Outstanding.
from Purdy Poof, Wither having a moment.
Aw.
Just thinking.
Thinking? Think so hard, they just into a pile of dust. I often
Very
do this.
cute.
Well,
Dude,
thank
I
you.
always be doing this.
Thank you so much for fan art. It means the world to us when people engage
Yeah,
with our
thank you.
content.
Love it.
And if you'd like to submit fan art in future, I will link once again. You can find it below, but also here's the link to the Stabbiness Discord, where you can submit fan art. You can also find discussion channels for this show and all the other shows on here. And once again, before we close out for the night, I just want to real quick also drop a link to the Patreon. That's sort of the hub for this show. So all the episodes go up on there, just like they all go up on the Stabbiness YouTube. But in addition to the episodes, there's a whole bunch of bonus content. There are character-specific icons, batches of generic icons, concept art, lore posts, maps from the game, bonus episodes. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there if you're interested in diving deeper into this setting. And
a full operational copy of Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition.
Yes.
Oh.
.iso. Download
Yeah.
and run
Wow.
directly. It is not a virus.
It is there independently, completely independently of permission from Wizards of the Coast or Hasbro.
No, yeah, I
so-
got that hot off of LimeWire. I'm bringing it to the people.
Yep.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed tonight's episode, everyone. It'll be up on the YouTube tomorrow. And for now, we'll bid you a fond farewell and a good night. Don't forget to begin the end. What did I say at the beginning of the stream? The joke's not gonna. It's
You
never
said
gonna
we were
happen.
at the middle of the beginning of the end.
It just never. I
Don't
can't
forget.
Don't forget. Don't forget. I'm a
Don't
hack
forget.
fraud with one
That's-
joke, and
that-
it's not
hey,
a good one.
Don't forget.
Don't forget.
Don't forget.
For
Yeah.
some reason, I was trying to come up with like a critical role NQ, and all I came up was Wednesday perchance, like that one.
Wednesday
How do you want the
perchance.
beginning of the end this?
Wednesday perchance.
Might it be Wednesday perchance?
Might it be Wednesday perchance? I feel like that's an image macro you get with that Megamind no bitches image. Might it be Wednesday perchance? Is it Wednesday yet? It will be in another week, and we'll have another episode. But for
Wow.
now, we'll bid you all a good
soon.
night. Have a good evening, everyone. Goodbye.
Toodles.